Hi, this is your host Luna. Welcome to Luna Sky Diamond TV Live, raising the vibration of humans on Earth by sharing with you forbidden information. Because remember, you are the one who we have been waiting for. Thank you for tuning in with me today. I would like to start my first episode, and the name is The Big Picture About Our Reality. The reason why I decided to do this series to share forbidden information is because I am a firm believer that humanity should be awakened now. And awakened means that every single person realizes the power of their co-creative consciousness so that we can set ourselves free. Not just ourselves individually, but humanity as a whole. And when I am saying setting ourselves free, I'm talking about free from the powers that are in control right now, the government, the military, and that basically we are being slaves. And they are robbing us from our life force energy and our potential to manifest the reality that we really want in this life, which is to be free human beings that are not starving and that are at peace with each other. So I am a firm believer that we as human beings are naturally peaceful beings, and that we like to cooperate with each other, and that we act as a team. But right now, the forces that are in control behind the scenes, or basically there's nothing behind the scenes anymore. Now we already know who is in control. The hidden governments and the Illuminatis are running the world. And these are the forces that are controlling humanity through mind control techniques. So yes, magic. A lot of magic. And it sounds like over here, like not necessarily they have to be worshippers of Satan or demons or Freemasons or anything like that. What they know is how to control human consciousness and human behavior through mind control, through television and, well, of course, all the mainstream media and all the magazines and the newspapers and everything is controlled. So it is important for us. So why is it control? Is it control? It is control so that we are. So it is magic. They are using our co-creative consciousness capacities, abilities of us, the human beings, against us through all the media and everything, by showing us violence and fear, and by dividing us and conquering us that way, and by keeping us a slave of the monetary system and our jobs. Basically, it's slavery. So how to snap out of this? This has been like a huge story of battle between the good guys and the bad guys. The good guys is the human species that are spread all over the multiverse, not just on Earth, but in the galaxy and many other galaxies. Humans exist. At the same time that the other side, the dark side, so to speak, of the humans that exist are they're reptilians. So they are beings that do not have a heart chakra, and therefore why they do not mind to produce massacres and to extinct the population, because they really do not have compassion, do not have love, and they really don't give a shit about humans. They treat humans as cattle and as slaves. That's how they see us. And they want to kill us through genetically modified foods, through controlling the food supply by giving us food that is not really food, that actually alters the DNA, through the medical establishment and the pharmaceuticals and the suppression of cannabis as a medical, you know, as the cure for many things, and suppressing us from experiencing psychedelics, because then they don't want us to be free and see the matrix that we actually live in. So they control us in many ways. Mostly the banking system, that is the biggest scam in history on earth. But I'm not going to go into that right now. This is just what I want to share with you, that I see that humanity in this moment is in a state of slavery, whether you realize it or not. Probably the most important thing that a person could ask themselves is, am I happy? Am I joyful? And what type of reality are you creating? Because this reality that we are creating right now is nothing but the combination of all the vibrations of our thought patterns. And that's how the control forces dominate us right now. Because through TV and everything, we are seeing these images of war and division, and our subconscious is creating this perpetual reality of wars and misunderstanding, which is really not the truth. It's just a construct and a matrix of those who are in power. So this is why I have started this Luna Sky Diamond TV live, to bring forbidden information, because I believe that the most important way for people to wake up to their full potential, and for us as humans, as a team, to create the reality that we want, which is the one of peace and joy and harmony and abundance for everybody, as it is and is supposed to be, with free energy and no banking system and so on, with real food that is non-GMO and is organic and is high vibratory diet and many things. I believe that we have the potential, and that we are already gods and goddesses, and that we are who we have been waiting for, to do this quantum and beautiful shift to fourth and fifth density of Mother Earth. But it's important to snap out of those control forces that have us right now. So I want to share with you some of this information. So starting by the end of how I want to wrap up this chapter is basically to bring everybody to the awareness of the potential of your co-creative power. All right, taking that out of the way, now let's go into business to share with you things that are being forbidden from you. And I have taken this information out. Mostly of what I am speaking about and super excited about is every single series and programs that I watch on Gaia.com, particularly Disclosure with Corey Wood and David Wilcock and George Noory, and so many Sean Stone. There's so many people that have their own personal series going on, inviting speakers, inviting whistleblowers to talk about all these things that the mainstream media is never gonna tell us about. So most of the information I take out from there. If you would like to check the facts or check the original sources, just please go to Gaia.com. But just to share with you, for those who are not going to subscribe, but actually believe me, it's the best investment that you can actually do in your life, better than paying for Netflix. It's just like $8 or something like that, and it's a hell lot of information about physics and about how the universe works and about everything. So I actually strongly recommend that you go there. So now what I would like to share with you is that, to me, one of the most important things that is happening right now is, or the most important thing, is the ascension of human consciousness. And the ascension of human consciousness right now is being triggered by the fact that our whole galaxy is moving into a local interstellar cloud of stars and energy full of electromagnetic waves and power that is actually affecting the whole galaxy, the whole planetary system, by warming it up, heating it up, speeding it up, and by all these energies coming through the central sun, through our sun, to our own system, our own chakra, our own Mother Earth, and everything like that, transforming reality. So this cloud is like, we are approaching this cloud, and we're gonna hit it pretty darn soon, within from let's say from 2020 to 2024. Within 8 years we are going to hit this solar flare, or the solar flare is going to hit us, and then is when humanity is going to just quantum shift into the higher densities. So right now it is very important to prepare our consciousness and our body to raise up the vibration so that we are ready to receive all this influx of energy that is coming, because this cluster that we're gonna hit is actually 30 years light wide, and it has 6,000 centigrades of 6,000 Celsius centigrades of temperature. So this is a massive thing that we are approaching, and this is exactly what is going to transform our consciousness, because it's going to give us the light. The light is going to come into our DNA, activating all those strands of goddess and goddesshood that have been dormant, or that the control people have kept us dormant on purpose for so long. So basically, the awakening of human consciousness is inevitable, but it's important to know what's going on. So what has been hidden from us? It has been hidden from us that the military, there is something called the Secret Space Program. So not only the United States of America, but other countries, it's like a conglomerate of corporations, have stations in space, in the moon, in other moons, in other planets, and in other Lagrange points, as they call them. Lagrange points having something to do where they can have like a stationary station kind of like floating all over, like floating in a particular space, like in an orbit of a planet or something like that, just because the gravity that comes from all the place is the same. something like that. But it is like over 100 space stations with different amounts of crews and actually human civilizations that live in different places of space. I know that this sounds very crazy to believe, but it is true. The technology is already there because, of course, they have already figured out through reverse engineering from the crafts that I have crashed, and through direct contact with ETs that have passed along the knowledge, starting from the Nazis way back again, when Hitler was building spacecraft like UFOs with the technology that had been given by these ETs, the reptilians. And so the bad guys have that technology. The good guys have also that technology. I'm not gonna go into detail who are the good guys right now and where they are located and how they communicate and interact with us. But basically, these are brothers and cousins and brothers and sisters, humans that are helping us to wake up, because they cannot interfere directly because of the laws of the cosmos, but they can help us to awaken through certain knowledge in direct form. So okay, so the technology that they have been hidden from us, for instance, is that in a spacecraft that of course is using free energy, like Tesla was saying. So basically is a technology that involves counter-rotating motion and electromagnetic, like liquid metal that is electromagnetic and carries a lot of electromagnetic power to propulse these vessels through wormholes and stargates through space and time and through different dimensions, because they have the capacity to take the Schumann's resonance from Earth, which is the resonance that is 7.83 hertz, that helps us, the human beings, to be healthy, and the plants and humans to be healthy and alive in life. So they can actually grab the Schumann's resonance and pipe it into a spacecraft and take it with it. So they are able to use the Schumann's resonance, and they have the technology has total control of the parametric pressure and the control of gravity through electromagnetic fields. So it is just amazing. Isn't that amazing? A technology that can actually bend space and time and can actually bring the human resonance and take it with you in a spacecraft through portals all over the galaxy and through all over the space and through all different dimensions. So yes, I'm talking about portals, I'm talking about teleportation, I'm talking about technology and medicine that has the capacity to cure any single disease on Earth, and that includes reverse aging technology and well, so many other things that are being hidden from us, but is actually quite upsetting to know that they have actually used human beings as slave work to ship to to space programs, to work as slaves, like literally as slaves, and that they are actually using their mind techniques to control us. So the reason why they want to depopulate the world from the humans is because they are afraid of our power. They are afraid of the power and the ability of the co-creative consciousness of the human beings, because they, and I'm talking about the reptilians, the Illuminatis, the Dracos, they do not have the capacity to communicate with the higher self, and they really do not have the capacity to communicate through, let's say, so to speak, connection to infinite intelligence. To God is what I'm talking about. They do not have that capacity. So they are using our co-creative conscious powers against us through the media and through all the ways that I already mentioned before, by keeping people in need, by keeping people in debt, by keeping people in shitty jobs and in their electronics and their artificial intelligence, and by keeping them away from looking at the stars and realize and understand what the heck is going on. So knowing that this has been kept away from us, the most important thing to know is that the way for humanity to snap out from that control is to be aware, first of all, of what's going on. And that's why I'm sharing with you this information here. You don't have to believe in it, but just take with you what resonates. And to understand that the way to get away from that is through raising our vibration. And raising a vibration is, I'm talking about starting with self and with the power of our thoughts. So the quality of our thoughts is very important. And you might believe that you are just like one human being in all this earth and that you are not going to make a difference. No, yes, you are very important and you are making a difference. You are very important. That's why they want to depopulate us, because they know that if all humanity were to wake up, of course, they would no longer be in control of us and the planet. And they don't want that to happen. And what is most beautiful is that it just requires a certain amount of humans that are vibrating in love and in unity and under this beautiful consciousness of harmony to... It's a critical mass. It's the critical mass. It's the 100th monkey effect. As soon as a certain amount of people are vibrating at the same level, then we snap out and do this quantum jump into paradise, where nobody is starving and there are no wars and we don't have any monetary system, and the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and so on and so forth, and Soros and everybody is no longer controlling the world or us through money, through debt. So the way to change this is through use the co-creative power of our human beings to create the reality that we want. How? By being at peace within ourselves. So basically, what matters is to actually work on ourselves by making healthier choices for your spirit and your body, by choosing higher vibratory diet, by meditating, and by praying. Because once you attain these higher vibration states, communicating with your higher self and your potential and with infinite intelligence and, you know, God, your angels, your helpers, every single time that you reach out within yourself or towards those brothers and sisters of light, you are raising not only your vibration, but you are raising the vibration of the whole humanity. And when we are vibrating higher, those thoughts from the mind control system that is happening right now are not going to reach us, because it's like totally different vibrations of the radio. We are up here and the radio is trying to interfere, giving us feelings of fear and separation. Well, it's not gonna happen if you actually meditate, because meditation takes you within and makes you aware of the power of your thoughts. So through thought, consciousness, and intention, we can just sit down and visualize the world that we want, which is just like basically one full of joy and light and empowerment and freedom. So I appreciate so much. It is very important that you feel good, and the way to keep your vibration high and humanity in a higher state of vibration is by you yourself being joyful. And so how can you be joyful? Just ask yourself, what makes me happy? And just do that. And if it's not fun, then don't do it. So thank you so much for listening. This was your host Luna at Luna Sky Diamond TV Live, raising the vibrations of humans on Earth by sharing with you forbidden information, because remember that you are the one who we have been waiting for. Thank you for listening. Cheers. Namaste.